students, it's Ms. Boley here. Today we're going to talk about George Littlechild. George Littlechild is a Plains Cree artist. He was born in Alberta and he actually grew up in Edmonton. He usually uses really bright and bold colors and playful images, but his work also deals with serious topics about Indigenous rights and social justice. George is said to believe that colors are powerful and possibly have cleansing and healing properties. He is best known for his skill in using eye-catching colors. He's also known for his great collage abilities. He has published several children's books and also a book of his artwork called The Spirit Giggles Within. So that's an overview of his biography, his achievements and accomplishments. And now let's look at some of his artwork. So there is one piece, and think about what this reminds you of. How is it familiar, and how is it also new and different from what you're used to seeing? And here is another portrait, and we kind of see the buildings on the forehead, and that is a common kind of thing you see sometimes in his work, is the image on the forehead. And here's another portrait. And in doing these portraits, George has said that he is attempting to bring the sacred back into representations of Indigenous people. Sometimes in history, Indigenous people were not represented accurately, and George is changing that and reclaiming it. And here is a perfect example of that. So this is kind of almost like a replica of a historical photograph of an Indigenous person, and he has added his own style and flair and bright colors and playful patterns to it. All right, so here is one of his artworks. This is called Indigenous Wonder Woman, and it was painted in 2017. So let's do a little bit of practice in analyzing this art piece. So some questions I want you to think about. Where does your eye first go when you look at this painting? For me, it goes directly to her eyes. They're very powerfully gazing out at the viewer. What kind of colors are we seeing here? We're seeing really bold red and black, which is a very powerful visual combination. And I'll let you think about and notice some of the other types of colors that you see. Does this piece remind you of anything? So this is called Indigenous Wonder Woman. So what are some of the things that indicate to us that this is Wonder Woman? Are you familiar with that character of Wonder Woman? What about her posture and her gaze and her what she's wearing shows us and indicates to us and gives us those clues that this could be Wonder Woman. And finally, what do you think the artist is trying to tell us with this art piece? Why did they choose to create an Indigenous representation of Wonder Woman? And why with this type of color pattern and everything else kind of that's key and important in George Littlechild's work. So think about those things, have a look at this art piece, really get to know it, and we'll follow up in a meeting later on. Thanks for watching.